Posey did go to get some.
All right, ready? Call this committee to order. Donna, can we please call roll?
Roll call for House Transportation, Representative Banks.
Here.
Representative Geringer.
Here.
Representative Larson.
Here.
Representative McCann.
Here.
Representative Nicholas.
Absent.
Representative Posey.
Absent.
Representative Tarver.
Here.
Representative Wiley.
Here.
And Chairman Brown.
Here.
We have 7 present, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. And I do see Senator Barlow. Okay, he just looked in here. There he is. No, yep. Okay, there we go. Just in time, Senator. We're a packed house today. And your bill seems to be very, very controversial, so I'll ask you to speed through this so we can get the public comment period of all those that
Going
oppose.
to limit it to 2 minutes or
I'm going to do 30 seconds with the amount of people here, so.
state your name and leave.
Mr. Chairman, good to see you again, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies.
We are on your bill, Senate File 24. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present this bill to you. I think you'll find this to be a fairly straightforward bill. Mr. Chairman, this came to me from a constituent walking across the church parking lot, says to me, hey, how come I can't get a specialty plate on my side-by-side? I said, I don't know. He goes, well, I can tell you why, because the legislature won't let me have one. And the county clerk told me, well, you don't argue with the county clerk or the treasurer's office. So I said, well, I'll look into it. And this gentleman is, like I said, he greets me every morning, every Sunday when I go to church, and he keeps track of it. He says, okay, where's it at? Where's it at? Where are we at? Where are we at? So when I'm coming and going out of church every Sunday, I get to hear from Ron, and he's checking on me. So hopefully Ron is watching today, Mr. Chairman, and we'll move you quickly through this bill. So, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, in fact, in Wyoming, we have a prohibition against all specialty license plates except disabled veterans to be placed on an ATV or a side-by-side. Mr. Chairman, this bill uses the term multi-purpose vehicle because that's the term in statute. A multi-purpose vehicle, just for the edification of the committee, is at least 4 wheels on the ground, 3,000 to 3,000 pounds, a saddle height of 24 inches, and an individual number. They don't call it a VIN number, but an identifying number, an individual number. So it comes with a registration, if you will, a title. So that's what an MPV is. So you translate that, what does that mean to everybody? It means an ATV or a side-by-side. And some, you can go to the Argos, you can go to some brands that have multiple 6 wheels or whatever, but that's what we're talking about. So, Mr. Chairman, we can go through the bill, but I think it's probably easier that I just list off the types of license plates that we have that are not available on a multi-purpose vehicle, and they're all included in the bill. So first is prisoner of war, not allowed under current statute. Pearl Harbor veteran, Wyoming Army or Air Guard. Those are all specialty plates. Purple Heart recipient, veteran, just straight up veteran, honorable discharge. And then, as you know, we have a woman veteran decal. So if you can't get that on your plate, you can't get the decal to go on that plate as well. Firefighter, University of Wyoming, EMT, Gold Star plate, tribal, both tribes, both the Northern Arapaho, each in Shoshone, the Wildlife Conservation, organ, eye, tissue donor. Those are the plates that would be eligible. Now, wait a minute, I see Mr. Rossetti here, so it's good. One person is going to be here. Because in the testimony from the Senate side, Mr. Chairman, what the testimony was, this is not a problem to implement. Actually, they'll just take the plates that they use on motorcycles and they'll use them on ATVs, side-by-sides, which of course, they still have to be street legal. So I have to have all the appropriate, mirrors, horn, all that kind of thing. But it doesn't change, but there's no new plates being made. We use what's existing, what we have. And as I've said on the floor several times, and I know you folks had a bill to make plates last forever. And I said on the floor the other day, I'm fine with that, but just not the current plates. Sorry, Mr. Chairman. But anyway, sorry, Mr. Rossetti. But Mr. Chairman, that is the bill. It literally walks through all the places in statute where there is, you can see the stricken language. Let's just go to, I guess, page 3 is probably the easiest, line 13. Right now, it's a prohibition on commercial vehicles or multi-purpose vehicles for the firefighters. And that's what it does through the entire bill. There's a little nuance in some of them, the Pearl Harbor and some of that, they're listed out. Some of them is just a prohibition on those 1-2 things. Now, I did have the conversation with the department, just so you know, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, about the commercial plates, and they requested we not do that just because of complexity of multi-jurisdictional, whatever, those type of things. So, Mr. Chairman, that's the bill. Be glad to stand for any questions. As again, there's 13 types of plates this will apply to, and at least on the last testimony, implementation would not be the challenge. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Committee, for those of you that were able to get the whole bill, it's a pretty simple bill. Any questions for Senator Barlow? Chairman Barlow. Yes, Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, and I know we had a discussion in the Senate committee, and I apologize. What color is your bill?
We do have an engrossed copy, and
Okay.
it was the change out
Change
to
in the-
2026.
Yeah, the
So,
change in the effective date. I apologize, Mr. Chairman. I think that makes sense not to change in the middle of the years, so they don't have to deal with that. But I apologize. I have it in my notes, but I didn't bring the engrossed copy. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No worries at all. Any questions? Seeing none. Thank you, Senator. Mr. Rossetti? Shocked. You're up to the plate this time. It's usually one of your counterparts. Forgot what it was like, huh?
Raw.
Mr. Rossetti, please
Thank you,
introduce
Mr.
yourself.
Chairman. Taylor Rossetti, Deputy Director of YDOT. Senator Barlow did a really good job capturing the bill. We worked with him quite extensively to ensure that we captured as much of these as we think we did. We think this bill encapsulates what the senator was trying to do. In years past, when we were doing some specialty plates, there had been an effort to try to keep those off of MPVs in certain instances, mostly because, as the senator mentioned, we designed 2 plates. We designed a motorcycle plate and an MPV plate. They're the same size, but they looked visually differently. As you start doing that, it just gets more and more complex. I think as Senator Barlow brought this bill forward, it just made sense. It's the same size, it fits, it works. Just use them for both things. The license plate then actually identifies what the vehicle is. This, as he mentioned, shouldn't be super difficult for us to implement. And we did ask for the January 1st effective date just to be a full calendar year of registrations. And with that, I'd certainly answer any questions you may have.
Committee, any questions? Representative Geringer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Rossetti, for appearing here. One quick question for you. We've got a number of bills that are expanding the number of specialty plates that we're going to be seeing. Do you see any issue with doing the same thing with any number of new different plates that are coming along?
Chairman Brown, Representative Geringer, I did try to catch those as they were moving through the bodies this year. If not, I just anticipate it'd be probably a conforming thing that would come before you guys in the future. I think once we go down this path, we're pretty much down this path. Certainly you guys could reverse course if you wanted to, but no, I think we just integrate that into our standard business going forward.
Committee, anything further for Mr. Rossetti and YDOT? I guess my only question, Mr. Rossetti, when you start talking about these plates, now they're all digitally printed, you don't foresee any major issue with law enforcement having, since they're not being here, I'm not guessing that they have really any major concerns, but the identification, these being that much smaller, if they're traveling up and down I-80 or whatever the case is, they're going to be a little bit harder to understand when they're in that smaller format. Has there been any discussion from that and with you and your team on what that might look like and whether or not you guys have any concerns on that?
Mr. Chairman, so these are held on the standard license plate that is used on motorcycles, which has been a longstanding standard. We've never really heard that comment expressed from law enforcement. I would also remind the body here that the MPVs are not allowed to be operated on the interstates themselves. whereas a motorcycle is. So there is still a difference there. But we will still design them to the standard that is required by the National Association. And we'd certainly work with law enforcement if there's any visibility issues that come down the road.
Perfect. Appreciate that. Okay. Thank you very much. We're going to open public comment and close public comment, seeing that there's none here. Bring the bill back to the dais. Committee, what's your pleasure? Moved by Geringer. I need a second. Yeah, I need a second by Representative Banks. And now question being called. Any discussion? Seeing none. Donna, can I please have you call roll on Senate File 24?
Roll call vote on Senate File 24, special license plates for multipurpose vehicles. Representative Banks.
Aye.
Representative Geringer.
Aye.
Representative Larson.
Aye.
Representative McCann.
Aye.
Representative Nicholas. Representative Posey. Representative Tarver.
Aye.
Representative Wiley.
Aye.
Chairman Brown.
Aye.
We have 9 aye, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. All righty, committee. I would normally jump down to the other portion of the dais here to explain this bill, but ladies and gentlemen, this is, yeah. So you want to run this?
Senator Pappas is here. Sure.
Oh, looky there. We got Senator Pappas here to do it for us. Ah, I was going to take care of it for us, Senator, but you know what? You just made my life nice and easy. I didn't want to get out of my nice comfy chair, so. Chairman Pappas, welcome to the House side of your committee, good sir.
Well,
The
thank
floor
you.
is yours for Senate Joint Resolution 7.
Thank you, Chairman Brown. In committee, I appreciate you listening to me on this joint resolution. This is a pretty simple bill. This is a bill just to recognize and honor that the organization that we've belonged to for a long time, the National Conference of State Legislatures, is having their 50th anniversary this year. And this is simply a resolution to honor that milestone since its founding in 2020, I think, when was it? Couldn't be 25. I think there's 50 years ago from now. So it was 75, right? I just realized that mistake in there. So I appreciate you doing some heavy lifting for me.
You betcha.
So anyhow, this actually, hopefully we did pass a resolution last year, informal resolution in the Senate. It was this identical language, but many of the states are running it through the bodies so that they have a formal resolution. So, and I took the language exactly from that, so I hope we didn't do it wrong last year. But anyhow, I could certainly, I don't think I need to run through the text, but I can certainly answer questions.
Senator, that was going to be basically what I was going to do, and I was going to try to keep myself from going down to there to just basically do what you just did there. So, committee, this is a very, very simple resolution here. Is there any questions for Senator Pappas? We have some heavy work ahead of us to make sure we amend this and get this done correctly, as if the senators were taking a nap time when they read this bill, so. All right. Senator Pappas, appreciate you being here, sir.
Thank you.
We'll open and close public comment in the same breath again and move the joint resolution back to the dais. Committee? Moved by Geringer, seconded by Wiley. Any amendments?
So is it the premier or is it a premier?
You know, I think we are calling it the premier. Senator, or Representative. One thing I do want to make sure is the founding, make sure that we get the correct date. It is 1975, so. Yeah, and I saw that as well, but I wanted to make sure that that wasn't incorrect. Again, our senators were taking nap time when they passed this resolution over there, so. Senator Pappas?
I guess it depends on how you read it. That the members of the Wyoming Legislature recognize and commend the National Conference of State Legislatures on its 50th anniversary of its founding
in
So
2025.
2025 is his 50th year. So that's probably correct.
I actually think you might be right. I don't like that language. I feel like that language is, committee, we need to find a way to make this go back to concurrence.
Feel free.
Committee, is there anybody like make any amendments at this point? Seeing none? Question? Donna, please call roll on Senate Joint Resolution 7.
Okay, roll call on Senate Joint Resolution 7, NCSL 50th Anniversary. Representative Banks.
Aye.
Representative Garinger.
Aye.
Representative Larson.
Aye.
Representative McCann. Representative Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Representative Posey. Representative Tarver.
Aye.
Representative Wiley.
Aye.
Chairman Brown.
Aye.
We have 9 aye.
Thank you, Donna. Committee, just for your edification, Thursday will be a heavy lift day where I think we're going to schedule 4 bills. 2 of them will be corporations bills. They're pretty light bills themselves. We have 2 more bills that have been sent over to us. And then on the 27th at 8 a.m. is our joint meeting with our Senate counterparts. We will be up in W110 for interim topics. And you should have those interim topics available to you probably by the end of the day today would be my guess. So take a look at those and be prepared to see us on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. and we'll discuss interim topics. And with that, we're adjourned. Go grab some lunch, folks.